What's going on, everybody? You already know what time it is, man. Or at least you see what motherfucking time it is, man. Time for the motherfucking show. And for everybody that already know what time it is, you already know I'm your motherfucking man, Big Unc, man. And for those that don't know, man, like I said, I'm your motherfucking man, Big Unc. Look, man, in the beginning, man, a minute ago, we have some technical difficulties, man. Because see, I had some music, that I wanted to motherfucking start and show off with, really kind of to set the tones, for the shit that I was gonna talk about. But it looked like, man, that whenever I try to play the music or whatever, it's cutting the Instagram off and shit, man. So instead of goddamn, not having my Instagram folks on this motherfucker with me tonight, man, I just went ahead and goddamn stopped this bitch, started it all the way back over, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm probably not just gonna be able to play the music and shit. You know what I'm saying? But give a fuck about that shit, man. I came to talk on this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I don't make no excuses, man. This is what I love to do, and I ain't finna let nothing stop me from doing what I love to do, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, I just want to say thank y'all for those that goddamn was sticking around when it first jumped off and came back. Now that it's back on, I want to say thank y'all because you could have went somewhere else, goddamn it. Hey, but I appreciate it. I do. I really appreciate this shit, man. I'm telling you, I do, man. But like I said, man, it's always gonna be some things that happen, man. You know what I'm saying? But when things happen, you know what I'm saying, you got to make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all, the shit that happen gonna involve you. The things that happen, man, sometimes ain't gonna involve you at all. Like just what happened just right now, man. I did everything I had to do. But I guess, like I said, the music that I'm trying to play tonight, man, I ain't gonna really be able to get. I'm gonna try to hit y'all with a little bit of it, but we're gonna have to stop it. And then I'm gonna have to get into the shit, man. But like I said, man, thank y'all for joining the motherfucking show, man. I'm your motherfucking man, Big Unc. This is Uncut, man. Hey, and you know what we do on motherfucking Monday, man? You already know what time it is. But tonight, man, we're gonna do a little something different, man. Because I know some of y'all that probably goddamn, might have just started fucking with me, man. You know what I'm saying? And you always come on here on Mondays or check my page out, and I'm always talking shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I call it shit, man, because I know ain't nothing that I'm saying gonna change your motherfucking life. You know what I'm saying? But what it will do is help change your mindset so you could change your own motherfucking life yourself. See, that's how it really works. Because like I said, I don't get on this motherfucker thinking, man, that, hey, I'm that. No, I'm just talking shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that I talk about, man, be some of the things that I done went through in my life. And that's what this show right here is about, man. This show that's, what I'm saying, to let y'all get a better understanding about who I am as a person, you know what I'm saying, and why I do the things I do. And you know what I'm saying, how I get to doing the things I did, man. I mean, doing right now, you know what I'm saying? And just want to share my story with you. For those that done read my motherfucking book, I'm always talking about my book. You know what I'm saying? That's my book right there. My life, my story, my point of view. You know what I'm saying? For those that motherfucker read my book, you might know already be on some shit, man. But we're gonna get a little deep into this shit, man. Because I want y'all to understand like why I really, feel the way I feel about the things that I get up and do every day in my life, man. And the type of person I choose to be in my life. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I just want that's what we're gonna get into, man. I'm just gonna lay it on, put it all out here for you, man. Because one thing I always say about that right there, man, I ain't got no problem talking about the type of how I used to make the kind of choices I used to make back in the day. Because I know I don't make them kind of choices no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm still the same person. You know what I'm saying? I'm still Jay. I'm still John that grew up in North Carolina, June to my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm still, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing about me. You know what I'm saying? The only things that have changed about me is the choices I make. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear a lot of people a lot of times always say, man, I'm a different person. No, you still the same person. You just might not make those kind of choices, but you still the same person. And if you don't remember that, you'll forget about the type of person you are. And one day that person, because I'm telling you, you ain't got control over everything in life. And you might don't cuss out people like you used to. But shit, something happened and you'll cuss a motherfucker out. You'll go back because that's who you were. You made them choices. So you already know how to make those kind of choices. So that's why I tell people like, nah, I'm still the same guy. You know what I'm saying? I just don't make the kind of choices, you know what I'm saying, that I used to make back in my life. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing that changed. But guess what? Because of that one thing that I changed, my whole life done changed. And that's what I talk about on here. You know what I'm saying? I try to get people to understand, man. The only thing you got to do, man, is change the way you get up in every day and you choose to live your life. That's the only thing you got to do, man. You ain't got to be getting up every day, goddamn, focusing on all this other shit, worried about who goddamn fucking with you, worried about who like what you doing, goddamn worrying about all the shit. You ain't got to do all that shit, man. Time gonna take care of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you got enough time and you got enough money to deal with it, then that's they do that shit. But to be honest, a lot of us just getting up every day, man, trying to do what we need to do to make sure we got our shit together, man. So that's what I talk about, man. And that's what I'm gonna talk about tonight. But like I said, I'm gonna let y'all have a better understanding about why I am the way I am and why I choose to live the life I choose to live. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm still the same motherfucker. Don't get it fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? I just choose not to be on that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? The reason I choose not to be on that shit, man, because I choose not to go back through that shit that I was going through. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing. And that's what I want y'all to remember, man. No, you still who you are. Your choices have changed. And that's what it make it seem. That's why you think you have changed. But really, it's just your choices. Really still your choice. I got something flying in this motherfucker bed. You know what I'm saying? I had the door open or something, man. And now it's in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But hey, yeah, it be like that. But look at that, like I said, man. I'm your motherfucking man, Big Unc, man, and we finna get right into the shit. But look, before I get into what I'm about to get into, man, because like I said, man, we're gonna enjoy the night. I just want to let y'all, I'm not glorifying. I'm not glorifying drugs. I'm not glorifying, you know what I'm saying, mistreatment of women. I'm not glorifying none of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not glorifying none of that shit. That's not why I'm on here to do. You know what I'm saying? But in order for me to tell my story, you know what I'm saying, I got to talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I got to talk about how I played a part in that shit. You know, so I just want to get that out of the way right now. I don't want y'all to think like I'm on this motherfucker like trying to glorify. Oh, nah, fuck that, man, because I went through some shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, for real, and I took a lot of people that really cared about me through shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've seen a lot of people die and got them. So I don't want to motherfucking be on here, and I don't want you to think that or take that in that kind of way. This is just something I'm trying to show you that, hey, man, we all go through life. You know what I'm saying? But we always get every day we wake up, we get a chance to change our lives by changing the choices we make in our lives, man. So that's first of all, I want to get out that way. I just want to put that out there right there, man. This ain't what it's about. Now, with that being said, I just want to let y'all know, man, the only way I can do this shit is I got to allow my ego to motherfucker tell y'all these stories. But see, that's what was running my life when I was out there in that street. It was my ego that was goddamn had me doing the shit that I was doing, man. You know what I'm saying? But it was me, you know what I'm saying, that was motherfucking had to do the time. Because I ain't had no ego when I was getting that time. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no ego then. You be, man, God, the ego gone. Now I'm the motherfucking one got to do the time. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much how it was, man, throughout my whole life. You know what I'm saying? I allowed my ego to dictate everything that went on in my life at one point, man. You know what I'm saying? Because all my ego wanted what was best for me. You know what I'm saying? Even if it wasn't best for the people that I love. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I tell people, you know what I'm saying? Do I have any regrets about the life I live? No, I don't have no regrets. You know what I'm saying? Except the pain I caused other people. But far as everything that I went through in my life, do I have regret? No, I don't have no regrets. You know, like I told you, I have people ask me if I could do it all over, would I change anything? And I'd be like, no, I wouldn't change nothing. But see, if I do that, I don't know where I might end up. I don't know what it might take away from who I am as a person. See, I know where I ended up, you know what I'm saying, by going the route I went. I ended up right here on this motherfucker inspiring y'all, talking to y'all tonight about the life I used to live. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the choices I used to make. So, you know, that's what I just want to let you know, like, for real, man, like, in order for me to do this, that's what my ego got to tell you these stories, man. So it's gonna look like, oh yeah, because that, you know, that's what it was. But me, you know, and I ain't trying to say my ego and me two different people. No, I'm one and one. But I know when you know wherever your ego, he go. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you got an ego and you make it, that's where you gonna go. You gonna follow your ego. As men, we have egos. Women are nurturers. You know what I'm saying? But as men, we have egos. That's the only thing we have when we born is an ego and a smile. You know what I'm saying? That's why it be so hard when you're a boy. Boys be hard to raise because boys got egos. They don't believe the fire burn. They don't, you know what I'm saying? So for a large part of my life, man, until I was in my late 30s, you know what I'm saying, man? My ego ran my life. I'm telling you, like straight up. You know what I'm saying? Everything outside of everything, the choices I made to do the right thing, man, that's usually when my ego didn't want to come around. You know what I'm saying? Cause something I be done got locked up or something like that. You know, and when bad shit happen to you, a lot of times you ain't got no ego, man. You be goddamn, anybody ever had somebody locked up or you ever been locked up? Man, you ain't the same nigga you was, at least not when you get on that phone with your loved ones. Now, when you in that cell and you locked down, yeah, you got to be, ain't nothing but egos in this bitch. You hear it in the stories niggas tell. But that's what it was, man. And so, that's why I say, man, I'm just gonna host the motherfucker and I'm gonna let my ego goddamn take y'all through this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, I just want to let you know I'm not glorifying nothing, man. I'm not trying to make nothing that I did before in my life, man, seem like it was something, everybody should do. Because they shouldn't, man. Because honestly, man, like I seen what crack did. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen what crack did. Like straight up first hand, straight up first person. You know what I'm saying? I was right there, man. You know what I'm saying? I was right there. Like I tell people, man, like still today, crack still got them reaping over black people, man, today. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the black mentality and a lot of the ways we deal with each other as people come from the crack era, man. Because like I tell people, I remember, I can say I remember growing up and all my friends, mom and dad lived in the same house. Even if they was goddamn in the projects, they all lived in the same house. And you know what I'm saying? I go over there and shit like that. But once that crack came in and goddamn Clinton goddamn shipped them jobs overseas, and there wasn't no work over here for motherfuckers that working in factories and shit was leaving and all that shit like that. That's when you start really seeing crackheads and shit, man. But before then, man, you had people that was addicts, but they was functioning addicts. They was going to work, doing it was like it was. I'm telling you, like I don't like now, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why you see like all the individual households and shit, man. At one time it was cause motherfuckers was going to prison and niggas locked up when I was coming up. Now it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I tell people I seen what this crack did. I firsthand. You know what I'm saying? Like people act like it was always being like it is. It ain't always been like this for black people, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking, yeah, I remember communities and people hanging out and having good times and shit and all that right there. And I remember when that crack came up in this bitch, man, and did something dirty. And you know what I'm saying? I played my part in that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like this right here, what I do every Monday, man, is a give back for some of the things I did every motherfucking day. I came outside at one point in my life. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I tell people like it's a lot of things that we still dealing with as people. You know what I'm saying? Because of crack. And that ain't because people still smoking crack. And I'm pretty sure some people out here smoke, but it ain't like it was back when I was coming up back in the early 80s, the early 80s and 90s. Man, what? Man, if you weren't selling crack, you was smoking crack, or you just didn't have nothing to do with neither one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, I tell people like, you know what I'm saying? Like now, man, I look at this shit right here, man, kind of like how crack was back in the day. Like this social media shit. Yo, this shit like how crack was back in the day, man. You know what I'm saying? You got your users, you got people who just get on here just to got them stroll. And then you got your hustlers. You got niggas who get up here and create this content, like myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's all you got on here. You got hustlers and you got addicts. And sometimes these hustlers be addicts too. They be on this bitch strolling and going through, you know what I'm saying? The same way when I used to be out in the street back in the day. You had niggas that was getting money. You had motherfuckers that smoking, but then you had motherfuckers that was getting money and snorting the powder before they cook it up and doing all kind of shit. I done seen it all, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just a new. That's why I said, man, I tell you, I'm a master hustler, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just a new product. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to go. I can't go to jail for what I'm doing on here. You know what I'm saying? I can create as much product if I want to put on this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell, so that's all this shit is, man. And that's how I look at this shit, bro. But like I said, man, I don't want to goddamn minimize what crack did and what crack still doing to the black community, man, even after it's gone. You know what I'm saying? You could tell in the way how that's why black people spend money the way they do spend money. Because I remember, like I said, when I was growing up as a kid, man, both moms and dads was in the house and they paid the bills and they took care of the family. Now, Shit, niggas don't want to pay no bill. You know what I'm saying? Because man, back one time, man, when that crack came in this motherfucker, man. Oh man, I'm telling you, it was like motherfuckers won the lottery. It was like black people won the lottery. I'm telling you, man. I'm like I said, if you weren't selling it, smoking it, or you just didn't have nothing to do with it. But I remember, man. I remember back, like, man, y'all be like this, like, yeah, it's the money. The money is a whole lot. Far as with this shit right here, you can really get some real money on this bitch. You feel what I'm saying? But I remember back in the day, man. Like I said, this was like in the early '80s, late '90s, man. Man, I was man. It wasn't man. I used to be around. I used to be around rich young niggas all day. Man, we like 16, all day. I'm talking about got real money, man. They ain't want no what, 30, 20, 30,000. That wasn't nothing. And we like 16, you know what I'm saying? Like I do real, I'm talking, we've been around the whole, I'm talking just around a bunch of young ass people. Just imagine everybody, every young nigga you go to school with, you hanging with in the community, in the black community, got money. I'm talking about, God, I don't give a fuck if it wasn't a whole, because money was money back then. Like money ain't shit now. But back then, man, what? Man, I remember you could go to the store with $1, nigga, and get 100 pieces of candy. If bitch try to go to the store with $1 now, you might get goddamn 100 rounds of bullets. Other thing, you try to $1. No, I'm for real. But I'm telling you, like, I remember, man, I'm talking about, I remember being on strips, man. I'm talking about, like, just imagine, like a neighborhood, and every street in the neighborhood, niggas hustling on that bitch. And I ain't talking about in houses. I'm talking about out on the street getting money, and they coming through this bitch. I used to hustle on the block, man. I promise you, $1 million a day on this one block. I ain't saying I made $1 million a day. I ain't saying that. I'm talking about on this block that I used to hustle, Gang Street, Southern Pine, North Carolina, man. Back in the day, Google it, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? See, like I said, I'm from North Carolina, but I'm telling you, man. So, like I said, I remember, and now I go home, man, and I see them same streets I used to hustle on, man, goddamn obliterated. Man, ain't nobody, all the houses ruined. Now they coming over there buying up all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that's how shit is, man. But I remember, man, like I'm telling you, I remember everybody was rich, man. I ain't gonna say when I say everybody, I just mean a large group of people, man. Just imagine, man. I'm talking about, man. It'll never be no. I don't care. It'll never be nothing like that again. The last time I seen shit like that is when these motherfuckers got there was killing these folk with them PPP loans. And there wasn't that many people doing that shit. But I'm just saying, it was a lot of black people around here, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? You seen it. But imagine that like that, man, for some years. For some years, man. Because crack was crack, man. They let that crack run rampant in the black community. I ain't saying it wasn't in other communities, but I'm telling you right now, when you wanted to, you came to the black community to get that shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you were smart enough like me, I used to go to the white community with the motherfucker that smoked the dope and go goddamn get in their basement and goddamn just hustle like that bitch. Oh, anyway, like I said, we gonna get in all that, man. But I'm just wanted to put a disclaimer out there to let you know I ain't trying to glorify none of that shit. But in order for me to tell y'all my story and get y'all to understand, you know, who y'all really be fucking with, man, who y'all really be listening to. And like I said, you can go get my book. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that be on here that know me, if they think I'm not there, call me out. But I ain't got no reason to lie, man. Because I don't make them kind of choices no more. And it's been a long time since I made them kind of choices. So that's why I could tell my story. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, I'm the same person, but I don't make them kind of choices no more. It's people in my life, man, that if I didn't tell them these stories, they wouldn't believe I ever did no shit like that. I'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? If I don't take my shirts off, people don't know I've been shot up. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get into that too. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is that, like, when I get on here and I talk this shit, man, I'm not just getting on here on no fucking, oh, let me see what I can do. No, I ain't never been. I always put everything out, everything from the time my motherfucking people talk, jump off the step, man, I flew off that bitch. I ain't jump off that bitch. I flew off that motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, we're going to get in that. But what I want y'all to know, man, is that every time I get on this bitch and I decide to goddamn share my time with y'all and y'all decide to share y'all time with me, just know that the shit that I be talking, man, shit come from a real place, man. You know what I'm saying? I done seen it. I've seen it, man. I'm telling y'all, man, I done seen it. And I'm going to let y'all know about all the things I done seen in my life, man. Well, maybe not tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell y'all about a lot of things. It's some things I ain't, but we going to talk. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, I just want to say thank y'all, man, for goddamn fucking with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm the motherfucking man, Big Unc, man. We're gonna get into who Big Unc is, man, and why I do what the shit I do, man. Like I said, man, look, I told y'all, man, like with this video, right? I had some music, but if I play the music that I got, I already know they're gonna goddamn hit me. They did. That's why I had to come back and do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it is, man. But I'm gonna just hit real quick, so you know what I was gonna play. You know what I'm saying? For anybody y'all old heads out there that know this shit, man, I know this music, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just my timeline, man. When I grew up, what I was listening to, and where I was at in my life. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get all that shit, man. But like I said, man, I just want to say thank y'all to anybody and everybody that's coming to fuck with me tonight. I'm your motherfucking man, Big Unc, man. This is motherfucking Uncut, man. Shit, I'm gonna give it to you raw. Like them bricks I used to, anyway, like I said, man, we can come back there. Like I said, this the ego. You know what I'm saying? The ego, he go with his like I said, man, hold up a minute. Like I said, man, we gonna come right back into this shit, man. But this right here.
I reminisce. Yeah. I reminisce for a spell, or shall I say think back 22 years ago to keep it on track. The birth of a child on the 8th of October, a toast, but my granddaddy came sober. Count all the fingers and the toes, now I suppose you hope the little black boy grows. 18 years younger than my mama, but I really got beaten cause the girl loved drama. In single parenthood, there I stood. By the time she was 21, had another one. This one's a girl, let's name her Pam. Same father as the first, but you don't give a damn. Irresponsible, plain not thinking. Papa said chill, but the brother keep winking. Still he won't down you or tear out your hide. On your side while the baby make a slide. But mama got wise to the game. The youngest of 5 kids, hun, here it is. After 10 years without no spouse, mama's getting married in the house. Listen, positive over negative for the woman a master. Mother Queen's rise in the chapter. Deja vu, tell you what I'm gonna do when they reminisce over you, my God. When I date back, I recall a man off the family tree. My right hand, Papa Doc, I see. Took me from a boy to a man, so I always had a father when my biological didn't bother. Taking care of this, so who am I to pick up? Not a bad tinker, but I'm clocking Pop's liver. But you can never say that his life is through. 5 kids at 21, believe he got a right to. Here we go while I check the scene with the Portuguese lover at the age of 14. The same age, front page, no fuss, but I bet you all you know they live longer than us. Never been seen now, that's where you're wrong. But give the man a taste and he's gone. Nodding off sleep to a jazz tune. I can hear his head banging on the wall in the next room. I get the pillow and hope I don't wake him. But this man the cuss, hear it all in verbatim. Telling me how to raise my boy unless he's taking over. I said, Pop, maybe when you're older. We laughed all night about the hookers at the party. My old man standing yelling, good God Almighty. Use your condom, take sips of the brew. When they reminisce over you, for real. For real, baby. Like that. We for real. Yeah. Come on. I reminisce so you never forget this. The days are way back, so many bear witness the fitness. Take the first letter out of each word in this joint. Listen close as I prove my point. T to the R-O-Y, how did you and I meet in front of Big Lou's fighting in the street? But only you saw what took many time to see. I dedicate this to you for believing in me. Rain or shine, yes in any weather. My grandma Pam holds the family together. My Uncle Doc's the greatest, better get the latest. If we're talking about a car, Uncle Sterling got the latest. I strive to be live cause I got no choice. And run my own business like my Aunt Joyce. So Pete Rock hit me, enough respect due. When they reminisce over you, listen. Listen. Just listen to the funky song as I rock on, and that's word is born to the one and only. Never be another. He was my.
What's going on, everybody? You already know what time it is, man. Right back at you, man. Your motherfucking man, Big Unc, man. Like I said, man, thank y'all for that. For those that sticking around, man. For those that goddamn left, hey, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't hold on to you. But for those that still here, man, hey, you already know what time it is, man. Because all it takes is me. You know what I'm saying? And you, if you're here. But if not, I'm gonna be here either way. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, we're gonna get right back into this shit, man. Because what we doing is talking about me, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing better when that ego knows somebody talking about it, even when he talk about his motherfucking self, man. But like I said, man, hey, this is Uncut. I'm your motherfucking man, Big Unc, man. And we talk about Big Unc tonight, man. Myself, I don't mean to talk about myself third person, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said, man, this is what we about to get into, man. We about to get into these stories, man. And I just want to get this out, you know what I'm saying? Like growing up back when I was born in 72, I'm 52 years old, man. Like I said, I know I don't look like it, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? Hey, sometimes you got them, you got to be blessed with this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can't be stressed with this shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I ain't gonna be. I ain't finna be stressed about this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause say, like I said, man, this is the life I said I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And so because this is the life I say I want, man, I'm gonna do everything I need to do in order to maintain this life. You feel what I'm saying? And I ain't finna stress about it. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back into what I was gonna talk about, man. I'm gonna talk about, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, man. First thing I want to let y'all know, man, like I was born in 72, man. 1972. I know God, y'all, God damn, 70. Yeah, 1972, motherfucker. And hopefully you could be long enough, around enough to goddamn say that shit too. You could be like, man, I was born in 1920. I mean, I was born in 2021. So whatever these young niggas is, you know what I'm saying? But me, I was born in 1972, man. You know what I'm saying? Raised in the town, small town of South Carolina, man. My mom and dad moved to North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? When I was probably like 3 or 4, some shit like that, man. I know I started motherfucking like elementary school, like kindergarten and shit, man, in North Carolina, first school. And yeah, so Southern Pines, North Carolina, man. I was raised down. That's where I was raised at, man. That's where I come from. You know what I'm saying? And so I had both of my parents, man. You know what I'm saying? Both my parents always been in my life. You know what I'm saying? My father passed away, you know what I'm saying? And we'll get in that later on, but you know, not for no killing, no shit like that. Hell, not none of that crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? He just passed away, man. I want to say like 3 years ago, man. You know, but uh, damn. But anyway, yeah, I had both of my parents, man. You know what I'm saying, in the house, man. My dad was the first black fire chief in North Carolina. My mom always worked, you know what I'm saying? We was mid, you know what I'm saying, middle class family, you know what I'm saying? We first came to North Carolina, we lived in the projects for like a year or something like that. And my dad ended up buying a house right down the street from the projects, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of my friends that I grew up with lived in the projects shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I grew up back when, you know, hey, it was no both parents in the house. That's how it was. You know what I'm saying? If they wasn't together because they was divorced or something like that, you know, it wasn't never like drugs or like, oh, you don't have that because of drugs and shit like that. And I ain't say that some people were experiencing that problem too, but it wasn't like that shit when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying, when I was like in the 70s and you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then like I said, I was young, so you know, I wouldn't have knew nothing about what was going on in that world, man. I ain't know too much about what was going on up the street. Shit, you know what I'm saying? It was the front yard or in the goddamn house on the couch. That's how it was. You know what I'm saying? It hadn't even got to the street like shit. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even that old. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So like I said, I remember like you know people talk like now like it's always been like single black people always ain't single. No, it ain't always been like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some shit in my eyes, man, that you be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? No, it ain't always been like that. It ain't always been like this for black people. You know what I'm saying? Have we always struggled and shit? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because we always been playing from the goddamn, you know, I tell anybody, man, like shit, black people, shit, we public enemy number one. You know what I'm saying? To everybody, even black people. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. That ain't no excuse to goddamn not get your shit together. There ain't no excuse for you to be out here mistreating people. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how it always been. But that ain't no excuse to do some of the things we choose to do and then turn around and use that as an excuse for why we doing the things we choose to do. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because I used to be the same way, you know, at one point in time in my life. I used to make them same kind of choices, talk that same kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? But no, I remember when it wasn't like that, man. I remember, you know what I'm saying, like man, families, man, like for real. Like every person in my neighborhood, mom and daddy was in the house. Like for real. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, as I went through school and shit, man, and got like around my like middle school, you know, I'm starting to hang out a little more and shit. Now I'm starting to able to go to the project and hang out with my partners and shit. And that's when be home by the street light. You know what I'm saying? That shit was real, people. Like, you're gonna be home by the street light, or you just won't be coming out no more. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Because it was real punishments. You know what I'm saying? I remember, like, for real, man, like families had control over their kids and shit because families was really involved. And if they wasn't, you know what I'm saying, the people in the neighborhood and families was, I remember like that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, around my motherfucking, like, I got like eighth grade, ninth grade, you know what I'm saying? You know, I started to see the world different and shit. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in at that point, eighth grade, sir. I wouldn't, but I would see my friends, brothers, and you know, stuff like, but I still ain't know what's going on, man. Cause I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. And goddamn, I remember, like, I tell the story, man, how I started. I always liked the clothes, man. I always, as a young kid, that was all my thing, man, because I was in the videos, man. I was into like watching videos, BT, Solid Gold, MTV Rap City, goddamn all that shit. You know, this before goddamn the basement, but I remember in the basement, all that shit. That was part of my shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember, and that was my way to like see like what other people was doing and what other people was wearing and what other people was saying was by being home, man. That's why I tell people like creating content, man. I always been creating content, man. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole life, I always been hustling. When I was a kid, man, I remember I used to run home just to motherfucking goddamn put the VCR. I remember I used to record over like my mom and them shit because I wanted to goddamn record the videos that come on. You know what I'm saying, on BT and BT. This was when the black entertainment, when it was really black entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't goddamn Tyler Perry entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Because Tyler Perry done brought, if he ain't brought it, he got them on every hour on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And salute to him for what he doing. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't finna get into that. I already know y'all, but nope, we don't do that here. We just talking about, you know, what's going on at a particular time in my life, man. And yeah. So I used to like to dance. You know what I'm saying? For real, man. I mean, I was like dancer. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like dance, like get down and man, I'm telling you, go to clubs, man, be killing niggas in that bitch. I'm talking about like really be dancing out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And so I always been into that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, the more I started hanging out and you know what I'm saying, being around my friends and going into the projects and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't like I said, it wasn't like that. I remember, you know what I'm saying, man, like the first time, man, I wanted some shoes and shit, man. I had came to Georgia. I was out in Clarkston. I think everywhere was Atlanta around this bitch. You know how people be like, oh, I'm still in Atlanta, but they be staying in Gwinnett. I stay in Atlanta, they be staying in goddamn Forest Park. I stay in, but you know what I'm saying? That's how I thought Clarkston, because I didn't know that. I didn't never go outside of there, and that's how they used to be. We live in Atlanta now, but it was really in Clarkston. But and this was back like in the early like 86, 87 and shit. Cause my cousins them had got them came to Atlanta, went to Clarkston and went to DeVry College. You know, all the black people used to be going to DeVry back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I got them came to this motherfucker, man, and you know, used to be goddamn kicking it with them and shit, man. I used to fell in love with this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I used to always be like, man, I'm coming to this bitch. But you know, I'm young. You know, I ain't really just thinking about. I'm just saying young kid shit. You know, like you see a car, you like, that's my car. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit, man. And yeah, so I got them came, man. I wanted some shoes, man, one summer, man, and my mama didn't want to get me. There was some motherfucking Patrick Ewing, the blue and orange shits, man. And they won't get me. I cry so bad, man. You ever cry so you ever man? Only fellas, y'all. I don't know women, you know, but fellas, you ever got them a kid or something, man, cry so bad, feel like you about to come. I'm talking, man. I was crying. I ain't mean to say all that. You know, I ain't got no freaky shit, man. I'm talking about I was crying hard, man. I'm talking crying. I wanted them shoes bad, man, and they wouldn't get them for me, man. My mama didn't want to give me. I remember that shit, man. I remember goddamn going back to motherfucking school. You know what I'm saying, man? And right before we got ready to go back to school, man, I was getting ready to go into the high school and shit. And right before we got ready to go back for the summer, I went to go see my partners and shit, man. I was like, got back from Atlanta. I had went to the Fresh Fest, the first motherfucking big rap concert was motherfucking Rakim. Man, that's my favorite. My Rakim, yo, man, what? I ain't no joke. I used to let the mic smoke. Nah, man, listen, man, what? It was Rakim, Houdini, LL, man, it was like all them back then, man. You know what I'm saying? And I remember that concert, man, and we came home from summer. I was telling my partners about that shit, man. And we got ready to go to school for that. I was going to my night. I'm trying to think of this shit. Got to remember this shit. And then, so we the ninth grade and shit. So I remember, goddamn, I was at my partner house. God rest dead, man. You know what I'm saying? My man, Big Dog. And I want to say this shit, man, because like I said, this shit was so long, man. They say, and we got there and was at his house, man. His brothers then was getting money, but at the time I ain't know like getting money. His brothers then was doing some shit. And I remember, man, one of his brother partners came through and he had got them dropped the dope. And back then, motherfuckers just got them put the crack and got them sandwich bags and twist them up and burn the ends. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like a whole bunch of them little bits. They used to call them rocks. And he had lost some shit, but he had found, I guess he found most of them. And me and my man was getting ready to leave out the house. And I looked down and I found one of them motherfuckers, man. And I gave it to my man Doug. And he looked, I said, man, shit, what are you gonna do with that bitch, man? And he was like, no. I said, man, shit, fuck that shit. Come on. So we went up there and we sat on the stoop up in these projects and shit, man. And as soon as we sat there, man, dude came up to us and asked, do we have anything? I looked at my man Doug. He looked at me. I looked at him. I see he wasn't finna do nothing. I was like, hell, I was like, yeah. Put my hand out. I ain't even know how much to charge the nigga because I ain't know nothing about that. I just knew I had this shit. I put my hand out. He was like, I got $15. Now, to me, I ain't never sold no drugs, man. I ain't never knew nothing about no drugs. This shit like this is like foreign to me. You know what I'm saying? But I just know a man just gave me, I ain't no more than 15 years old, 16 years old, 16 at the time. A man just gave me $15 for some little bullshit. To me, it was bullshit, bro. I'm talking about like if you'd have seen like $15, bro, and walked off. I remember me and my man Doug went to Taco Bell, split that shit with Taco Bell. That's when Taco Bell used to have the goddamn 10 tacos in a pack, or 12 or something. And we got them motherfuckers, split them bitches, man, and walk home eating them bitches. And right then and there, man, when we was walking home, man, I knew exactly how I was gonna be able to get the kind of shit I wanted, man. Even at a young, I knew right then. I said, this is how I'm gonna get my clothes. Cause see, my mom and daddy, man, like I said, they work. My family, my daddy and mama ain't never did no drugs. They ain't never none of that shit. Ain't never drink. Like I told y'all, man, back in the day, either you sold drugs, did drugs, or you just didn't fuck with it at all. And that's how my mom and dad was. You know what I'm saying? You know, my dad, like I said, he was a fireman. And at the time, he wasn't a chief. He was just a fireman and shit. And my mom worked at this place called Bluebells that made Wrangler jeans and clothes and stuff. You know, and then she ended up going to a place called Albert's, working and making hospital stuff, like equipment for hospitals. But before then, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was just like your family paid the bills and they took care of the kids. That's how it was. And that's how it was in my house. And that's how it was in everybody's house I knew back then. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was still jobs, it was still things going on, man. But that's just how it was, you know what I'm saying? And if your mom and dad ain't buy you nothing, there wasn't no way to get it until I sold that first piece of crack. You know what I'm saying? I sold that first piece of crack. It was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? For me, in my eyes, I just knew shit, money was going to be the way that I was able to get everything I wanted in life. That's how I thought about it. You know what I'm saying? For real, I have no idea about nothing else. I just knew if I can get some more of that right there, I can make me some more money. And I ain't have an understanding about money except spending it to buy shit that I want. You got to remember, man, I'm 15, 16 years old, man. I ain't, back then, it was family. That's how it was. It was structure in the household. It was structure in the neighborhoods and things. So it wasn't like, but just about around this time, man, that I came out here to this world, man, you know what I'm saying, man, crack was just starting to take over. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it didn't really start doing damage until Clinton's got rid of all the jobs. You know what I'm saying? Trump, I ain't talking about no politics shit. I'm just saying like how he working to get the jobs back over here. I remember when they first left and a lot of people was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was fucked up, man. And then imagine, you know what I'm saying? Anytime something happened, most people either gonna get on drugs, alcohol, or sex. And at that time, it was more drugs in the streets, man, than anything, man. And then you could motherfuckers think they could make money, and some motherfuckers would make money, some motherfuckers just turn to just getting on the dope. You know what I'm saying? Because I could imagine, you know what I'm saying, you an older person back then in them days, you know what I'm saying, and you watching, you ain't got no job, and y'all, is for supporting your family and stuff. And now here you ain't got no job, and now you trying to do something you ain't never did, and then you get locked up, and then you end up got them however shit. Then next thing you know, you just got a lot of older people, man, on drugs, man. Like I told you, I remember watching all this shit, man. I remember watching houses with families and structure and shit, man. Just I'm talking about in a matter of what no over like four, no six. I'm talking about 2, 3 years, man. I'm talking about, and listen, 2, 3 years ain't a long goddamn time. But to watch crack do what it did, man, and I ain't say watch us people that chose to soul crack and do these things, man, and watch it do what it did to the community, man. Yo, man, it's crazy. It was crazy, man. I'm talking about like switching a light on, man. It went from dawn, it went from brightness to darkness, man. You know what I'm saying? But the money, man, wouldn't allow you to see the darkness. The money, man, the money kept you in the light. Like I told you, man, I grew up, man, for real, man. All the niggas when I used to in the streets was got money. I remember, man, back then, you know what I'm saying? We used to motherfucking hustle on the streets, but we used to go stay in hotels. Man, you got a hotel, man. Shit, you know, just imagine this, man. We ain't but 16s. How the fuck we getting hotel rooms on our own? But it was so much, man. I'm telling you, man. You couldn't, hey, you had to goddamn be in on it some kind of way. You couldn't be like, well, I ain't selling no room. You ain't make no money. Man, I'm talking about, man, I remember times, man, we go home there, man, everybody off the block got a hotel room. But we just go in and buy all the rooms in the hotel. Well, maybe not all of them, but damn near all of them bitches. They ain't never hustlers staying in a hotel. Man, that's all back in the day, man. Niggas get money, niggas in the hotel get money, man. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I came to Atlanta that I started hustling out of hotels. But where I was from, we lived in the hotels and hustled on the blocks. You know what I'm saying? And because that was the early stages of it, man. But I remember all that shit, man. I remember how that shit happened, man. Straight up, the first sexual encounter I had was with somebody's moms I went to school with. She was on crack. But back then it wasn't no crackhead. Understand? It wasn't like crackheads. They were still functioning. These women, beautiful, like, oh, it was just like, and I know you be like that, but listen, I'm just telling you, that's why I told you from the jump. I ain't on this motherfucker going to find nothing. I'm just telling you what was going on during the times I used to be out there in that world. But when I was a kid, man, I remember seeing all that, man. But I always been aware, man. I always been aware of everything. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm at, what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I always been aware that I was out here selling and I could have went to jail or something. I always been aware of that, man. Even as young, but man, I'm telling you, man, I just felt like money was gonna be the only way I was gonna be able to do anything I wanted to do in my life, man. And so that hustling drugs, that was the only way I knew how to get that kind of money that quick, man. I told you, I came from a house where both of my parents worked, so I understood getting up, going to work. Maybe not in a way that you do as a child, but I saw it. It wasn't like it wasn't there. I wasn't around that. But you know, I chose. That's man. I chose to be free. No, my man, I'll tell you, man. Anybody used to know my dad? My dad got them with. My dad went with that shit. My dad got them with. Used to play football back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Not professional, but you know he was known in South Carolina. You know he ended up having kids with my mom and shit at young. You know what I'm saying? So like my mom and dad, back in the day, you know, you get pregnant or something, y'all they gonna get married, and then he finna go to work. That's how it was back then. And then she gonna raise the kid. It's just that they end up having three. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just how it was, man. But like I said, man, that's the life I chose because you know what I'm saying, man. I always liked the night. That's just who I was, man. And I always believed in myself, man. Like I always believed in myself. You know, I came in the house, I had two sisters, and both of them light skinned. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So all the attention didn't always come to me. You know what I'm saying? It was honestly, it used to feel like I used to have to fight for attention in my house. So that's why I believe it. That's why I believe in myself the way I believe in myself, man, because I had to. And I ain't saying that my family them like didn't, but I'm just saying though, that's just how it was. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it was, man. To me, as, as a child growing up, that's how I saw it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I saw it. That's how it felt like to me. So, my thing was going to hang with my homeboys and kicking it and going to play park at the park. You know what I'm saying? Go play basketball at the park. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to do, man. And still like now, man, when I go home and I kick with my partners. I see my mom and stuff like that. But I kick with my partners. I go get a place and I have all my partners come over there and kick. We stay right there. I don't tell nobody where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? But I was the same way when I was coming up in the streets. I ain't never used to fuck with no whole bunch of people, man. That ain't never been my thing. I ain't never been no crowdy ass nigga, man. You know, because like I said, I came from a small town where everybody was getting money. So you saw everything and you knew everything because you knew everybody. So anytime you got in trouble or you did something, shit, people knew who you was. That was one of the main reasons why I started at a young age, man. I started leaving and going out of town, get money by myself. Because I used to see your other niggas coming from Miami, Virginia. Because I stayed in North Carolina, like we right there. So we got like the South and the North. A lot of my style come from up north. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the way I dress and the way you know what I'm saying? It's an up north type shit. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of my music that I listen to is down south. But back then, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how that shit was. So I see these cats come in, and I just always used to be like, damn, if you got dope, you can go anywhere and get money. Because it was like that. I'm telling you, man, you could go anywhere and get money. If you had work, you can go anywhere and get money. All you needed was a family member that stay there, a motherfucking broad, a girl that you done met. You know what I'm saying? Because back then, everybody wanted a hustler. Everybody wanted a hustler, man. You know what I'm saying? Like women, like now, basketball players, all that shit. Back when I was coming up, man, I'm telling you, man, everybody wanted a dope boy. Because niggas was getting real money, man. Like rappers wanted to be dope dealers, man. That's who they embolized. Because rappers wasn't getting money like dope dealers back then. Now niggas get money like dope dealers, but they got them acting like dope heads. You hear it in the music. Back when I was coming up, niggas talked about hustling. Niggas talk about getting money. Niggas talk about cooling and chilling. That's how it was back when I came up, man. It was all about being fresh. You know what I'm saying? Keeping your shit tight. Making sure. That's why I am still where I am today, man. Man, I don't know about, like, if I'm in the house chilling, that's one thing, man. But I'm telling you, man, plus my ego ain't gonna let me be out here like that. Not my ego. Shit. Oh, my ego? Shit, it'd rather see me go broke than be out here fucked up. Trust me, I know. That's why I don't let my ego lead my life no more. You know what I'm saying? I just give my ego a place in my life. Whenever it's time to go out or it's time to do stuff like that, I get dressed up. That's what my ego want to do. You know what I'm saying? But I know how to control my ego. My ego don't make no choices in my life, man. My ego don't make no choices, man. I don't make no ego choices, man. Everything I do, man, I do it because I know it's the right thing to do, man. Not just for me, but for everything involved in my life, man, and in this world. And I ain't trying to say that I can go. I ain't trying to say that the things I do can change. It's changing the world, but it's changing some people, and it's changing my life. And to me, my life is the world. So that's why I say, man, that's how I kick it, man. But I ain't never been like, for real. I ain't never been the one to like be no group, all that like hanging out and kicking and being in groups. And no, that ain't never been my thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm still like that now. And it's for that reason, man, because I come from a town, man, that, hey, niggas was telling on each other, that we went to school with. You know what I'm saying? And hung out with, got money with. So I knew that part of the game. I knew like, oh, so that's how, so you know what I'm saying? So my thing was like, and then I was out here doing shit. And then, man, on top of that, man, you can't be the way you really need to be to get no money in the streets if you in your neighborhood, if you in your same town. Because everybody know you. You know what I'm saying? You can't react or do something that you made, you know what I'm saying? And not to say that was in me to do it, but I just knew, man, anything I did from my hometown, people was gonna know exactly who it was that did it. Even if they ain't, I'm telling you. But all I do is that, man, shit, man. All I do is get me enough shit, man. I'm gonna go somewhere else again. Because I knew that the further, like certain places you went, man, you can make more money. And it was less competition. So I go off the country towns, man. I'm telling you, man. First place I ever went to on my own by myself was motherfucking Arlington, Texas. I had some family down there. I went to go see. I went to go see my cousin. At least that's what they thought. I went to go down to see them. Shit, I got them looking for the nigga. I was trying to figure out who's doing what. Where is that? I met a dude named Sergio in motherfucker all of the Texas. Met him down there, man, and got cool. He was a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He was rapping. He had a song called Child Support. It was on the radio and everything down there, man. And we used to be a Dalworth, all over Fort Worth, goddamn, all over Texas, all over like Dallas, the Dallas area, man. Irving, all that. I was like, man, I was like 16, 17, because I was just around the time I was finna have my first daughter. My first child, which is a daughter. I don't got no more daughter. I just got one daughter. And I got 2 sons, but we gonna get in that. But like I said, all that I was young, man. You know what I'm saying? I was young, and like I remember, man, like all that shit, bro. I remember I got to go into Texas, man. Visit my cousin 2 weeks later, they can't find me. They don't know where I'm at. Man, I'm around there getting money in Texas now. Man, I'm moving these apartments on Airport Circle in all of the Texas, man. I still remember that shit. At least my ego do. I'm telling you, I'm right now, man. And we go getting money, man. I had got them met these guys, man. They worked for Boeing. They used to make Boeing like planes and Texas, the Boeing planes. They worked at that place. And they was on that dope, man. I'm telling you, man. And I used to got them be in their place, man. They go to work. I'm in that motherfucker getting money. They come home. I'm in that bitch getting money. Get some of their money. Cause they would make it. I'm telling you, man. And one night I was at the club, man, and my cousin bumped into me at the club in Texas. She was like, boy, what you still doing here? We been looking, thought you was gone there. They been looking for you. Man, she called, man, and man, the mama man had me go home, put me on the bus and sent me home, man. Next day. Sent right back to my mom and dad. Man, it was, man, they sent me the job code. As soon as I got that bitch, oh, you got to get out, you got to go. You're not gonna be around here doing this. You know what I'm saying? Sent me the job code. That was like motherfucking like, you know what I'm saying? I was like 17. You know what I'm saying? Went up there. Shit, go to job coach. Shit, you around niggas just like me. Yeah, I tell you go to job coach. Ain't no niggas who got them senates in the courts, and they say you go to job coach, go to jail. These niggas go to job coach. You know what I'm saying? The same kind of girls I used to be cheating, them the same kind up there in job coach. You know what I'm saying? They young, they're going to get GED or something. What's the girls that we done had their GED? You know, girl, but they just go out there try to be nurses. Or, you know what? Next thing you know, they're around same niggas. They trying to leave back home to their hometown. But that shit didn't work, man. I come back home, man, and right back to the streets again, man. My daddy told me I couldn't come back home. I couldn't stay there. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I ain't blink eye, man. Because I already knew what it was. I'm gonna get some money. I get some money, then I'm gonna got them catch me, you know, a girl or something like that. And that's how it was. And that's how it went, man. That's how it went. I was just all right there, man. Then later on, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, hustler, man, and just doing the same shit. I ain't never used to get caught up in a lot of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I always stayed to myself. I used to because like I tell you, I ain't never been the kind of cat, you know, got cousins or uncles or people like that was heavy in the game like that. Like my whole life, all I ever did, I had to grind everything good. I had to grind my way to meet niggas like that. But so if I fell off, it was on me to get it back up. So that's why I tell you, man, a lot of my life, man, I just thought that was just part of goddamn getting the win. Sometimes you go fall, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I just thought it was. That's why like now, that's why this shit don't mean nothing to me, man. Because I done failed before and I done came back and I done got back right. So I understand that. See, the part I figured out was how to stay right. So you ain't got to keep falling and getting back. You ain't got to keep losing shit. You can just goddamn maintain and got to keep improving who you are. But in order to do that, you had to make different choices. But at that point in my life, I ain't know nothing about none of that shit, man. All I thought was, man, I need to get some money. And what nobody could help me. And because I'm black, ain't nobody, all that shit, man. But like I said, when you trying to do something you shouldn't do, you use them excuses, man. You use them excuses. Oh man, you know, I got nobody could. Oh man, you know, I'm a felon, man. Ain't nobody trying to hire me. Yeah, especially if they don't know you trying to find a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's how it was, man. But like I said, man, so I came up like that, man, in Carolina, man, and I ended up meeting a girl. I went back to Jocko one time, went back to that motherfucker. And I ended up meeting my second kid's mom. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 sons from her. One of my sons passed away. You know what I'm saying? We'll get into that. But I met her up there, man, and then she stayed in South Georgia. And the whole time I was like, man, shit, I know it's some money with that bitch. I ain't know nothing about soldier. She said she was from Nashville. I thought she was talking about Tennessee. She was like, no, I'm from Nashville, Georgia. That's like down South Georgia. I ain't never heard nothing about that shit. I ain't know nothing about nothing but Atlanta. If you told me back then Atlanta was just all of Georgia. But I ain't know nothing about that shit, man. I ended up goddamn, man, get kicked out of Job Corps. And she came home for Job Corps, man, and I got there was getting money in Greensboro with this cat named Fendi, man. Well, I wasn't getting money with Fendi. I was getting some money with these other cats from New York. But they knew Fendi, and I had got real close. And, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, I can't tell y'all. Anyway, but I ended up doing that. But anyway, she came and ended up so I get pregnant. So next thing you know, I go up to Nashville. Shit, man, I start seeing, man, they got J's on here, man. They paying high. I'm like, what? It ain't a lot of these niggas, and they, man, shit, man. They still, man, I pack my bags. I'm in Nashville now. I want that motherfucker hustle. You know what I'm saying? I want that bitch hustle. And mind you, you know what I'm saying? She was pregnant. So, you know, I'm going to try to do the right thing. I try to get a job at this place called Chaparral and shit. It's a boat place. So I try to do the right thing by get the job and shit, man. But you know that shit ain't last long because my ego wasn't going to let it last long. Shit, my ego, man, you know, what the fuck you doing up here, man? God, you can't hear the goddamn get some money, man. What the fuck? That's how my ego's talking, man. Like, nigga, you tripping. And what I do, I follow my ego. My ego say, hey, let's do this. I'm like, shit, you know best. Back then, that's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I did, man. I stopped that shit, man. I started hustling. I'm selling work to the niggas at the job. I couldn't do that shit long, so I just got them. I'm in the project. I'm over that motherfucker getting work, got them working and everything, man. And then goddamn, she was about to have my son, man. I was like, man, I was like, man, I got to go home. I had to go somewhere where I could really get some money because I couldn't really get it like I wanted to. I had to come back right in order to do uphill. I couldn't hustle my way uphill. So I ended up goddamn trying to go back home and shit. Without trying, I got on the bus to go back home, Greyhound and shit. Back then, it wasn't nothing for niggas. Greyhound, that nothing. That's how it was back then. Before 9/11, man, the Greyhound was it. If you want to move around and get stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't give a fuck. That's why I'm probably so patient. Shit, the minute Greyhound bus trips I used to take from goddamn Texas to, I'm telling you, from South Georgia. But that's what I did, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember I left that motherfucker telling her, come, I'll be back, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to go get right. I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? She was about to have my son and shit. And when I was goddamn going through Atlanta, got to the bus station in Atlanta, man, and bumped into one of my partners. Then I used to goddamn that grew up with me back in North Carolina. But he was from Atlanta. He just got adopted by his family in North Carolina, and they raised him and shit. But this nigga was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? And at the time, man, you know, he was on the run for murder and shit, but he was getting money. So I was like, shit, what's up? Well, he was, you know, that's what he was on the run for. They was trying to catch for this murder shit. So I'm like, shit, what's up? He like, shit, I'm down here getting some money, shit, trying to do, you know, I'm like, shit, I think I'm with you too. So shit, I stay. I don't even leave. I go get in the car with him, me and him, man. I still got the bus ticket, like to get to North Carolina, man. I go cash that bitch in and get them $75. I'll never forget, get them $75 back then. Man, I give her the money, give him some money, man, and shit, we get some little work. But at night, man, shit, he chopped shit up. I'm riding through Atlanta, looking around, man. I'm like, yo, this shit crazy. You know, this like around 90, this about 94 now. You know what I'm saying? Because it was right before the last Freaknik, and the reason I know that because we was in these hotels. But before that, man, I had goddamn met my man, you know what I'm saying? And he got me over there Cleveland Avenue, man. I'm like, yo, it's prostitute, it's real pimping going on back there. You know what I'm saying? And this prostitutes, man, we go in this spot, yo, across from Church's Chicken. No, Miss Winters Chicken, man. And man, it was like a dungeon in that bitch. And man, but for some reason, man, that shit had me going, man. I was like, yo, I'm like, yo, because it was just money everywhere in that motherfucker. I'm talking about, and look, it's about like motherfucker 2, 3 in the morning. And I remember, man, my man was like, yo, we gonna goddamn get up and go to my girl house, you know what I'm saying? And then we gonna goddamn go check some shits out. But anyway, man, so now I'm in Atlanta with this dude, man. First time being in Atlanta, like I told y'all, man. Last time I used to come to this motherfucker when I was like young, man, with my cousins then. You know what I'm saying? I was probably like 14, like that. Now, shit, I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm like motherfucking 20, like 19, 20. And now I'm in Atlanta, like it really in Atlanta, like in Atlanta, Cleveland Avenue. And man, goddamn, we get up the next morning, man, we go out to Decatur. And now I'm over here off motherfucking Candler Road, over at the American Gulf Inn. And so me and my man, we get money. Now, like I told you, he on the run for a murder charge. So we got them getting, we round here hustling too. I know that we grew up. So I'm like, I told you, man, look, I used to be around killers, man, comfortably, knowing these niggas are kill. But I was just what I do. This man, I'm telling you, I was just convinced that the only way to get to what I was trying to get to, man, I had to get to this money, man. So if that was the way to get to the money, that's the way I was gonna get to it, man. What no B? What no B? It was just A. You know what I'm saying? A, I got to get to this money, man. And so that's what I did, man. You know what I'm saying? And the goddamn was doing my shit with my man and goddamn, get some bread, man, bro. I'm telling you, we at one point, yo, and like I say, I ain't glorifying nothing. I'm telling you, man, at one point, man, we might have had like 4 hotels with like motherfucking, we probably had like 4 hotels with like 8 rooms jumping in each hotel. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what I mean by 8 rooms jumping, I mean we get money out of 8. If we got one hotel, it got like maybe got 4 rooms in this bitch. This hotel might got like 5 or 6. We had one hotel, that bitch had 8 rooms, that because it was a high rise. And we was on the motherfucking tops, on the top of that bitch. Me and my man, I'm talking, we doing breakdown. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like a quarter brick, man, like every 4. I'm talking, man, we just get some money, man. A breakdown, quarter brick, every 4 days, man, we get some money, man. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, man, stop. We just get some money, man. For real. I'm talking about like, man, what? We was just hire niggas, like just meet motherfuckers. Like it was crazy. Like I said, man, up until that point, I never hustled with nobody. It would just be myself. Everywhere I go, I just be by myself. Every town, everywhere, by myself. I tell people, I don't know a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people know me though. You know what I'm saying? For real, that's just how. Because I used to, I'm pulling up dolo. All I know either I'm fucking with somebody that stay in that town, or I'm fucking with some niggas that get money in that town. Some kind of way, you know what I'm saying? And that was my thing. But but my thing was, if I go to a town and get money with some niggas, I know some niggas that's getting money there. I'm not fucking with no girls there. The worst thing you could do is start messing with women in them little towns, man. That's how them niggas turn on you and be putting the folks on you. I'll be trying to goddamn rob you when you come to that motherfucker. So I ain't entertaining none of that. If I wasn't dating her before I got there, I ain't, nah. And then if I'm dating her and I go there, I'm not playing. Because I know it's just me. I'm by myself, so I can't go there on no sucker shit. I can't go there thinking like, oh, let nobody play on me or none of that shit. I got it all, like I told you. That was one reason why I had to get away from staying home. Because I knew back home I couldn't be that kind of way. And in order to get to some money, shit, man, you had to be like that. And I wasn't like that all the time. I'm just saying that if anything or anybody ever tried to play me out of town in any town I was in, man, I ain't tripping. Because I know these niggas don't know me. That name I done told them, that ain't really my name. You know what I'm saying? So if anything go down, I'm just going to deal. You know, hey, because it wasn't no all like how it is now, ring doorbells everywhere. But none of that shit back then. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't have ATP or whatever that shit is, you ain't had no security. With no goddamn Comcast and all the TV companies give you security. None of that shit. Man. There's some shit happened to you outside back when I was growing up, bitch. And nigga lie, but I never find out who did it until they invent something to find out who did it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, when I came to Atlanta, that's just how it was. You know what I'm saying? But like my partner who I was fucking with at the time, he was on the run. So he was like, he ain't want to fuck with no guns. He was like, man, I can't have no guns around me. Because if anything happened, man, that's gonna be the first thing. So I like, cool, but I do at the same time. Shit, man, we just couldn't be out this motherfucker just on. So I became the muscle. I became the nigga who, man, be on that shit. So that's how a lot of that shit, that part of it got into how I used to rock. Because before then, I wasn't like that. I just wouldn't let nobody play on me like that out of town. But I had to go to a whole nother situation with it once I started fucking with this nigga, because we started really getting to some money and really being around people I ain't know. And this Atlanta, man, this back when you know what I'm saying, like right after the Miami, with this Red Dog Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about real Red Dogs Atlanta, running every nigga out of Georgia. know what I'm saying? Taking your teeth out with it. I'm talking about like I was in Atlanta like when Atlanta was really like Atlanta was real Atlanta. This ain't the real Atlanta now. You know what I'm saying? You be like, is this really Atlanta? So you know what I'm saying? Because this ain't the real Atlanta. Like I could, you see it, A-Town up, you know, that's that, you know what I'm saying? That's another one of them motherfuckers, man. They ain't want to get off topic. But you know what I'm saying? I rep that shit, man. I tell people all the time, man. Carolina's raised me, but goddamn Atlanta made me, man. I love this motherfucker, bro. I love this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the potential and I know I know the opportunities that's here for anybody that really want to do something with themselves, man. That just depends on how you trying to do it. That's all up to you. You know what I'm saying? But either way, shit, you know, that was back then. Like now, I can't tell you. I don't be out there in that world like that. But I know ain't nothing changed, man. That's why I don't go out there like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you know, I used to be like in Atlanta, man. And then my partner got there, we was got to get some money, man. And then one day, got there, some shit went down, and my partner got locked up, and I was just down here by myself. And then on top of that, man, all the work got fucked up. What I mean by fucked up, man, when he got locked up, he was in the middle of coming to goddamn pick me up, man. And you know, I had just done goddamn did some shit the night before, man, onto a nigga, man, and so I'm laying low. And my partner, he come pick me up and shit. The nigga never showed up, man. So I call a cab to go find him, man. I pull up at the spot where we used to be at. Man, nothing but the goddamn feds, the cab, marshals, everything, man. They had got my guy. And in the midst of that right there, everything got fucked up, man. So now I'm back out this bitch, man, like, what the fuck, bro? But I got this car, and I still got me some money, and I still know the nigga from Miami on the west side, over in the West End. So I went and got them, boom, hurried up, went and got that shit, man, and I dipped. Went straight to South Georgia, man. I had a little partner with me, man. He from my hometown. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I ain't never used to have niggas with me, man, in no towns, man. So this was like one rule I broke, and it came back to bite me. You know what I'm saying? But I took a nigga with me, man, and I was like, yo, you with me? I'm gonna take care of you good. Let's go. We're gonna get this money. I got another situation. This is what we're gonna do. We go to South Georgia. So I'm down in South Georgia getting money down that motherfucker, man, and shit. I'm still making moves back and forth to Atlanta, and I'm leaving him down there. He ends up got them messing with my goddamn kid mom cousin, and she had a nigga, and the nigga was getting work, doing work for me. Now they fall out. This nigga try to shoot up. Now he gonna shoot up my baby mama house. But I come back, get into a nigga, knock him out. He come back with a gun. Next thing you know, man, I run this nigga over in the car, man. Get out for the shooter, man. The little dude at a wood pulp yard. The wood pulp yard is where they have wood and stuff on these trucks and timber. They be going, but it was one of them shits, man. The old man like, don't do it, son. And man, I jumped back in the car and dipped, man. I ended up catching got them 10 years probation behind that shit right there, man. Because that was the first charge I ever had. They gave me 10 years probation, man. At the time, I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know, give me that plea 10 years. I can go home today. Man, that's how it was, man. Just didn't know, boy. Woo, that shit was gonna come back to bite. You know what I'm saying? So I get out for that shit, man. Get back to my girl, man. The nigga who I take down there, man, he take all my clothes. Man, I'm back. So I'm trying damn near everything. And that's all, man. I'm telling you, you know, but that's why I don't give a damn about this shit like that no more, man. Yeah, I still like to be fresh. I still like to goddamn, but I don't care about this shit like that, man. Cause I know, man, this shit ain't nothing, man. This shit is trash. I can't take this with me. You know what I'm saying? But man, you know, shit happen. That's why when shit happen, man, I don't trip. Even to this day, I don't trip, man. Cause I know I used to be the same. Like when I be seeing like a lot of motherfuckers, man, they do shit. Then when it happen to them, they want to flip out and trip and want to go do all this. But you wasn't doing that when you did it. See, you got to have the same kind of energy you have when you do shit to people that when people do it back to you. See, that's why I don't trip because I know, man, shit, man. Hey, it's what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So all ups and downs, man. Now I got a kid, you know what I'm saying? And man, this shit crazy, man. I got to figure it out. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back to these streets. And that's what I did, man. Now, shit, you know, it's been a minute. Shit, I go back to Atlanta. shit, this background. So now I done got them. I've been to Carolina, South Carolina, man. All kind of shit, bro. I'm just telling y'all like this. That's why I tell y'all like when I get on here, man, I be talking this shit, man. I be really telling y'all like for real, bro. Like I used to really be out here in this world, man. I know it's everything. Like people be talking this shit like, oh, you know, the world, man, the world ain't changed because people ain't changed. You know what I'm saying? And people ain't changed, so I know the world ain't changed. The world still what the world is, man, because it's always gonna be like that. Because people gonna always be like they are. You know what I'm saying? They were like I said, they were like that with my grandma. They were like that when they were like that. They gonna all people. That's just how it is, man. But what I come to realize about that shit, man, what's more important than all that shit is what you choose to do every day. You know what I'm saying? That's what's most important. Like how you choose to get up and live your life. Cause see, I ain't like I said, I ain't gonna say that ain't nothing that going on in that world can't affect you, man. I'm just trying to say it can't affect you that bad when you're doing what the fuck you should be doing in your own life. So that's why I talk that shit and I tell y'all, man, like, yeah, man, I don't like motherfuckers like, oh, I'm a changed person. You know, changed person. You still that same motherfucker. You might not don't make the same kind of choices as often as you used to make them. But because you made them before, you will make them again because you know how to make them. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if you know how to make a goddamn cheer cake, whatever they call it, and do all that shit. If you can stop, you can stop. 10 years later, you can go back, you can make that same motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what it takes to do that. So I tell people like, nah, man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, always understand that, man. Like, nah, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Your choices change. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's what happened, man. Like, so I got 2 kids, man. And then got there, she ended up get pregnant. That end up like it just had it didn't like end up. She got pregnant, you know what I'm saying? Now I got 3. I got 2 boys from her, my kid mom in South Georgia. I got a daughter, a girl in South Carolina. And I'm in the streets hustling. You know what I'm saying? I used to use that shit, man. You know how strippers be like, oh, I'm going to school. I'm doing this to go to school. Well, dope boys say I'm doing this for my family. Dope boys say I'm out here in these streets for my kids. That's what we say. You know what I'm saying? Shit, but if you really want to do something, go get a job so you can always be right there with your kids. You know what I'm saying? But when you out here doing wrong and shit, we always put it on kids or we always put it on something else. We don't never just say I'm out here because this is what I want to do. Because at the end of the day, man, that's the only reason I was out in the streets, man. But that's what I wanted to do, man. I wanted to be out here. I wanted to be out here in this world and all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I couldn't realize like people, you know, like now when people be like, I don't understand why they still be out there. They done got that move. But I tell people, man, it costs to be out here in this world. So if you see somebody out in the world all the time hustling out here in this world, that's the reason they got to always be out here in this world hustling because they always in the world. See, back when I was coming up, man, see, it was that old school cat who used to always be home, but he always get to the money. And I used to always be like, damn, I had a dude, man, he was the friend, man, but you ain't never see him in the streets, but this nigga always get to this money. And then I got older, man, I started to realize, man, that's how you really get to the money. See, you can't get to no money always out here in this world being put on and showing out and being, nah, fuck that. Because it costs to be out here in this world, man. So the longer you out here in this world, the more money you're going to have to spend. So imagine if you out here in the world all the time, but you ain't got no money all the time. That's fucked up, man. And a lot of times the reason you be out in the world is because you ain't got no place to stay. So that's why I tell people, I know, man. I know, man. And that's why I was out there in the world as long as I was out there in the world, man. Because as much money as I was getting out there, I was spending that shit. Because I ain't have the kind of information that told me what to go do with the money. I told you I jumped out this motherfucker when I was like 15, 16 years old. I been got there buying domino pizza. Used to have to hide them up under the couch in my daddy's house because I ain't want them to know I was spending money. And I used to go run up the street to meet the domino pizza man so the lights wouldn't shine on the house at night. Man, I'm telling you, man, I used to get jobs. I had a job at the place at Burger King. And the only reason I got a job there was one of my partners told me that the manager smoked crack. And that he'll hire you, and then he'll goddamn keep you on the clock. All you got to do is goddamn get him some dough. So I used to work at Burger King, and that just until they fired him. But for a long time, Burger King was the way I was buying my shoes and stuff. They just didn't know shit, man. That wasn't Burger King. I was there fucking off that Burger King money. Shit, I was goddamn buying them shoes with that goddamn crack money. You know what I'm saying? Until my mom and daddy was like, Burger King making them. You ain't making that much money at Burger King. All them damn shoes you got in your room. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no explanation. And then one day my daddy found my tennis shoe box. And I had that money in there. You know what I'm saying? I thought I like, man, I'm telling you. And you know, my daddy, man, didn't play. I remember I came home, man, that nigga jacked me up, threw me on the wall. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I ain't but 16 years old, man. I'm like, told me I got to get the fuck out. Cause like I told my daddy worked in the community. He was a fireman. My daddy old school, like, you ain't finna lose. I ain't finna lose into my shit because you want to do that. I don't know nothing about that. He ain't know how I found out nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? But I was out there in that world. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like now, man. I don't be out in the world like that, period, man. Because I know what go on out there in that world, man. And I know what you have to be willing to sacrifice in order to go out there in that world and be out there that long. See, sometimes you have to sacrifice your life even if you ain't out there in that world that long. Just to go out there and get gas. Somebody could come up, man, and try to carjack you, man, and shoot you and kill you. Or kill somebody you with. You could try to go to the club and have a good time, man, and somebody come in that motherfucker, man, and get into it with the bouncer. And next thing you know, you walking out of that bitch, he's shooting at the bouncer and shoot and kill you. It happen all the time. Because that's what go on out there in that world, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can go out there and I ain't saying it's like that all the time because it's not. Because I believe it's way more good people in the world than it is bad people. I just know that if one bad person show up, it kill everything. So that's why I say, man, I don't be out in the world. I don't fuck around out there in the world like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I get on here and I talk this shit, man. And I advise y'all not to. If you ain't going out that motherfucker to get some money, get some information, or get some food to feed your family, shit, then what you going out there for? And them 3 things that I just told you, shit, 9 times out of 10, you can get most of that shit right there at your house. You ain't even got to go out the house to get no food. Shit, you should have some in your refrigerator anyway. But if you don't, they got DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all that. But shit, you know, that shit costs too. It costs to be lazy. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker be charging you way more than what the food costs just to get that shit brewed to you. You know what I'm saying? So I tell motherfucker, like, for real, man. That's why I be on this shit. That's why I talk about the shit that I talk about, man. And that's why I tell you when I say, man, ain't nobody gonna come to save you. They ain't, because ain't nobody come to save me. And I ain't said that somebody should have came to save me. Now, did people try to help me? Yeah, they did. A whole lot of people try to help me. And that's why I talk about you have to treat people right. Because I know how shit can be in your life when you're not treating people right. Because I know how shit can get in your life. You know what I'm saying? And when you ain't treating people right, man, ain't nobody trying to come help you. So that's all they can do is help you. And the reason it's called help, because it don't come that often. But ain't nobody gonna save you, man. I ain't seen it happen yet. I done seen people get saved from drowning. I done seen people get saved from goddamn, you know what I'm saying, falling down and shit. But I ain't never seen nobody get saved after they dead. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen nobody, you know what I'm saying, hey, your bills about if don't nobody help you, shit, your lights ain't gonna stay on unless they forget to cut them off. Or unless you went out there and cut them on yourself. Ain't no food finna get in your refrigerator unless somebody don't put some in it, or unless you put it in there yourself. But ain't nothing magic gonna happen. I told you, I be out in this world. I done seen motherfuckers get killed. I done seen motherfuckers goddamn all kind of shit. I done seen all of it. I done been part of all this shit, man. So that's why I tell motherfuckers, you can't tell me shit about the world. You can't tell me shit about this thing called life. That's why I talk about it so much, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the most important thing that you got is your life. And that's why you can't be out here taking your life for granted. That's why, man, these choices that you able to make every day, man, this free will that you have, man, you have to take more goddamn, you have to be more understanding about that shit, man. So that's why I talk all this shit, man. I don't just be on this motherfucker, just be running off and just saying shit to be saying it. No, I don't. I say it because I know, man, this shit works. And I can't tell you a lot of shit that do work, man, but I can tell you, man, if you get up every day and you prepare yourself and you follow through with everything that you say you're gonna do in your life, and you do everything you need to do in order to do it, and you willing to sacrifice, shit just gonna happen. You just don't know when it's gonna happen, even if you think you do know. Because time got a way of proving us all wrong, and time also got a way of proving us all right. But the only way you can know that is by doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to know if time got a way, keep doing the wrong thing. I tell people all the way, time ain't on your side when you out here doing the wrong thing. Time is only on your side when you out here doing the right thing, man. So for anybody, man, that you know what I'm saying, that watch my show, man, or got them see anything that I be doing, man, just understand, man, like, bro, I done been through it all, man. I done been shot. I done been to prison. Like I say, I ain't gonna tell y'all all that shit. I ain't got all this time to be on here telling y'all all this shit, man. Hey, you goddamn book. It's right there. You know what I'm saying? Right? I'm telling you right here. Hey, that ain't gonna be able to scan it. You know what I'm saying? But I done been through it. I done seen it all, man. I promise you, man. I done seen some shit most of y'all ain't never seen. I told y'all. I done seen neighborhoods and houses with full communities, man, and both moms and dads in that motherfucker, and the children eat. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying people were struggling, but it wasn't. It ain't the way it is now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the way it is now. But the reason it is the way it is now, man, is because of everything crack did, man. To the black community, man, crack did a motherfucker, man. It's still right now today, man. We still dealing with it, man. We still dealing with it, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that, people out here making their own choices and they choosing to do what they choosing to do the same way I did. But I'm just saying, like, the mental part, the mentality part of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Being frivolous with money and shit. You goddamn, because at one point, black people, we had it, we did. But that mentality stayed with it. Because like I said, man, I remember, man, when shit, most of my friends was taking care of their family. They were paying the bills. They was paying for the vacation. They was paying for the mom and daddy. I remember that shit, bro. So for a long period of time, man, it was young kids out here raising families, man. Like the whole family. You know what I'm saying? So imagine that mentality, man. And then you get locked up, and then people get locked up. So that take it further and further away, man. To where how you see people, you be like, damn, man. You go to the hood, everybody look like they doing good, because that's how it was when they cracked. So that's the mentality that people still have, man. Instead of like trying to build and got them get together and keep the community and got them helping each other out and coming out, how it used to be. But how it used to be ain't how it is. And how it is gonna be how it is until it ain't, man. But till it ain't, man, all I suggest, man, is that you get up every day and you continue to do everything you need to do in your own life. You know what I'm saying? And you make sure you protecting the things you need to protect. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all it come down to, man. Because like I tell people all the time, you only got control over 3 things, man. And that's what you say, what you do, and how you think. But if you got control over those 3 things, then everything gonna work out for you. But it's only when you lose control over those things that things don't work out for you. So listen here, man. I just want to say thank y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to come give y'all a little insight about who the fuck I am. I ain't, like I said, I ain't getting into all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, then you ain't got to buy the book. You be like, damn. I say, I'm thinking. I told y'all, man, I ain't this motherfucker, like, for real. I'm doing this shit. Like, so when you see this shit, man, been creating content, man. I've been doing this shit since I was a young cat, man. So this shit ain't nothing to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit kind of, like I told you, remind me of the crack. You know what I'm saying? It's just social media now. You know what I'm saying? Social media is the new crack. And you got people on here hustling, and you got people on here buying, and you got people on here fiending. You know what I'm saying? It's just about being more creative now. It's about the more creative motherfucker win now, man. So if you more creative than the next person that doing what you're doing, the chances are, shit, they're gonna get seen before you get seen. But let me tell you this right here, man. And this is something I know. If you don't never give up and you continue to get up every day and become better at the things you say you want to become better at, then guess what? It's just a matter of time. The problem is you ain't got control over that. But until then, man, I just want to say thank y'all, man. I'm your motherfucking man, Big Unc. This is Uncut. I hope I ain't cut nothing out. But if I did, once again, You can go get it in the book. It's all in that motherfucker right there. And hey, better come out with another one too. Cause I told you that bitch ended one way. It done went a whole nother way since then. But until then, man, y'all stay tuned, man, to what I got up next. The motherfucking creator, your motherfucking man, Big Unc, in this bitch, doing what I love to do, inspire. So until next time, man, I just want to say thank y'all, man, for watching me. Thank y'all for being a part of what I love to do. And until next time, man, I'll holler. And oh yeah, don't forget to goddamn scan that. You can scan that now, right now.
To you from me.
Scan it.
Here's a gift to you from me.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all. It's been a great man, Big Unc.
Here's a gift to you from me. Here's a gift to you from me. This is my token of appreciation for your appreciation of all my sweet creations. Grateful for your patience. I've been in my feelings lately. The marker that I use to write my failures is a dry eraser. I know my time ain't promised. They got my replacement waiting. Nigga, please, you wouldn't survive the fucking orientation. Just take a sec to breathe. You decide your destiny, not go and be the best that you could be. Here's a gift to you from me. Yeah, here's a gift to you from me. Here's a gift to you from me. Dear haters, I know how much it pains you to admit that I'm your favorite. I've taken over your playlist. I know it irk your nerves when they keep calling me the greatest. You really feel the same, but you're just too afraid to say it. You always in my comments, do I pique your fascination? You probably rap too and you wish we could trade places. I know you wish they shot with you instead with all they praises. I got something special for you, hope you take it. Here's a gift to you from me. A special gift to you from me. This is a gift to you from me. This is a gift to you from me. Truly yours, yours truly.